All right, let's just get going here. Let's just get going. Oh, my head studies document is not in my recent. All right. I thought if we can find it, it'd be good for me to do more references with this dramatic an angle. Because I don't think I nailed it yesterday. So once again, we start with some reference gathering. These are always harder to find. Like the more extreme angles. Because I really just want such a dramatic upshot. There's one. Essentially, I'm just looking for references that have as close to the same angle as we drew yesterday as possible. Because that specific one I struggled with. All right. We have some. We have some. Good morning. No way, you have that same tattoo? Good morning, Khova. Good morning, Darmadam. How you guys doing? Do you actually have that tattoo? Nah. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. We're turning up the angles today. You reckon it's from some culture? I would reckon, yes. Rainy commute to work. Yeah. Commute. Commute? Rainy commute. Well, at least you have a chill stream to listen to. Another win for us working from homelers. I'm a work from homeler. Um yeah, no commute. All right. I said something like that. Where do we have something like that? We have something like that right here. I think we've been doing a lot of like tamer angles. And the ones that I really struggle with are the more dramatic ones. So today we're trying to turn up the heat, turn up the degrees. I did do an eagle emote, by the way, yesterday, but no ruin me emote, unfortunately. No Swain emote either. Although I hate to disappoint. I think we're getting a nice set of emotes though. I think there's a good spread of different use cases. Wait, let me just get my favorite anatomy book. Because it has stuff to say about the underside of the chin. Here we go. I'm talking about these pages. Those pages right here. I would like to look at them for a little bit before we continue. Right. One of the larger points is that, and I haven't been putting that in, admittedly, right around here, where the bottom plane of the neck sort of ends, we have a little bone called the hyoid. And it's, what we see here. Sort of almost pinching the thorax, holding it together, it looks like. I think Tom Fox uses this metaphor that it's like a bundle of wheat held together by this ring, the hyoid bone. And then the point in drawing the hyoid bone is that, well, it's a really good place from which to define the lower plane of the chin. The lower plane of the jaw. Tom Fox, he usually splits it into these 5 segments. Or describes it as this one smooth plane. But this is more advanced. The segments is easier. Anyway, that looks about right. So we've been listening to more Leve in the mornings here. Which is nice because it's like more chill and it's good vibes and shit. Quiet vibes. It also is like really hard hitting love songs and like a lot of them in a row. Certainly puts me in a certain mind space. It's like, oh, you're doing a morning stream? Well, it's yearning time. I will just look in anatomy book some more. All right. Something that I don't do that Tom Fox does here is um, he actually draws this indentation in the front of the neck. Like he actually draws how the larynx sticks out from the rest of the neck. Whoops. Which is just an interesting point. Of course, we're not going to draw this very much, but the knowledge that the bottom plane of the jaw goes in and is caught at the hyoid, and that the hyoid also impacts the form of the base of the neck. It's good to be aware of. All right. Feels about right. Let's remember that we're looking so much up at the face that like a little backwards slant to the eyes makes a lot of sense. That Tom Fox book is really, really good. It has so much information and it has so much specific information about models for constructing anatomy rather than just shapes for anatomy from like specific angles. I mean, it also has some of that, which is quite nice. It's one of those books that I have drawn through cover to cover. Like I've drawn all of the drawings in that book, studied them, but I still feel like there's so much stuff in there that I haven't absorbed that I haven't learned. Which, it sucks a little bit. But of course, you don't learn everything from a drawing by studying it once. You learn something. All right. This feels like more of like the sketch, the underdrawing, to be honest. Sure. The strategy for doesn't drawing mouths doesn't fail, so that's nice. That's definitely something I feel like I've learned over the course of these studies. And now these eyes and the brows. And then as per usual, when I'm drawing less stylized than I'm used to, draw the eyes too big. All right. And browse. It's where we bust out the lasso tool. All right. I think that's mostly that face. Little less chin. All right. All right. Yep. We've got shit to learn. And another one. See why these songs, they're all so cute. They're all so infatuated and in love. Too much for my little heart. All right, here's another opportunity for a hyoid bone meta, and then the 5 plane strategy. I'm definitely okay. So early on, when we did these tons and tons of face studies, I figured out that if I do a little less construction, um, rigid construction lines, and a few more like construction rhythms, the faces would tend to be less stiff, which gets quite challenging as soon as we're drawing a difficult perspective where I kind of need all the construction lines. Not a conundrum I have solved yet, just something I've observed. One would think that if I draw the angle enough that I don't need as many rigid construction lines, that would immediately remove some rigidity from my faces, which we would like that. We would like to see that. This one seems to be going better, but we'll see. All right. Hey yo, hey Themios, what's up? How you doing? We're still drawing faces. We're still drawing the same angle. Well, we're drawing versions of the same angle. Trying to go more dramatic with it now. Just woke up, opening Photoshop. Nice. Quag. Quag. How you doing? All right, there's another one. That one felt more successful. Why? Why? Let's try to figure that out. Chin's more appealing. People are fresh and new. You want to sleep. Yeah, the chin's sharper, which looks better, if you ask me. More like a you problem. All right. Lower table time. Almost perfect. Okay. Nose really overlaps. Eyes are a little bigger. And leaving a little bit more space for the distance between the eye and the brow makes it look more like we're looking up at the face. Okay. Cool. Oh, we're all the way around. No, wait, this is the last one. Okay, never mind. Okay, we're gonna be brave now. We're gonna try from memory. The goal is ahead. We're heading towards our goal. Ahead of the competition. Head of the class. Head. So no head Megamind meme? I didn't do a lot of work there. I just pointed to some dots. I didn't connect them. I just pointed at them. Might be a little tired today. We're doing directed, targeted study practice. We're really trying to face our weaknesses. Nice. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that was too easy. This should have been a -2. Here we go. Okay, so I really made you chuckle +2. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair. I want to listen to a tiny desk. This might be trickier about copyright. I don't know, but we can afford like one strike. Yeah, I haven't had a copyright strike yet. You can probably do one of those. And then we'll just see how the audio levels are for this. This is Alicia Keys, the Tiny Desk concert we're listening to. It's really super ultra wholesome. It's a big part of why I like it so much. That how we doing? Feels in perspective, roughly. Let me know if the audio is a little loud or a little quiet. We had some struggles with that yesterday. Oh, it's good. It's good. Okay, I shouldn't have touched it. It should be close to what it was before. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I was informed that my music was real quiet yesterday. Jim Carrey face? Nobody. I was gonna try. I don't know, man. Optimus, we did emotes yesterday. They're not colored yet. I think they're gonna be bangers. Yeah, they are. Yeah, man, the channel's gonna be so much more interactive. All right, enough of that for now. I'm drawing. Emotes. Yeah. You saw some yesterday? Oh, right. I did. Yeah. They were in the alert, but now they're lined. All of them are lined now. And today, I find it likely they'll be colored. Right, you're gonna be able to do that one with with the stream mascot. All right, we're not going to do that. We're going to try. We're going to try. And then the brows. It's close. It's close. Nose is a little bad. Didn't do the proper amount of foreshortening on the nose. And what the chin was sharper. Otherwise we were pretty close. I always struggle with this corner of the chin in this perspective. Of course, we're gonna have some more banter in the background now that we're listening to Tiny Desks instead of just albums. But it's a vibe. It's a vibe. All right. So that's gonna be the one from Imagination. Not, well, Memory. Cool. Wait, hold the phone. That feels better. Cool. All right. Numbers. This is 52, 53. This one doesn't count. It's just a copy paste. But these both count. So what did I not hit here? Something about the specific distances. Yeah. All right, 54 and 55. And another one. Why not do animation? Definitely could. Definitely could. Um, hmm. We can do that. Let's finish this page. Then we can start an animation. Yeah, it'll just be like a head turn though. Oh, let me just get the reference on here for you guys. But then if we're to do an animation, it's really important. You want complex head movements. Yeah, well, okay. It's a bit of a taller order. You know, I have to admit that I'm not the biggest motion guy, right? I'm not very good at biomechanics. Because it's just not something I've studied a lot. I mean, it wouldn't be, depending on what you're asking for, it wouldn't be the head spinning around its own axis like this. It wouldn't just be like, it wouldn't just be like this. It would be, in the angles that I want to show, right? In the angles that I want to practice. Pull out a video, copy it frame by frame, put it together. See, you could do that. Maybe that is good practice. It's good when you're not the one drawing. Yeah, I don't know. It's like because my immediate reaction was, well, I wanna be doing some of them from imagination, some of the frames from imagination, trying to fill in the gaps. But you could just do that. You could just draw the key poses, and then some of them you could copy from the video. Some of them you could try and freestyle. And I guess the point of doing something like that as well is you would really tune into like the nuances of like micro adjustments to the head rotation. Where right now, because I'm just doing a single image and it doesn't have to work in a context, I'm mainly just depicting like the major orientations. Like if the nose is slightly too low for the perspective, we don't feel it too much. But we would if it all of a sudden was too low for the perspective within the context of an animation, right? All right, let's try that again. Let's find, yes. Okay. And this one, it's slight, but you can tell this break between a front plane and two slanting front planes. All right. Get rid of that. You know what happens to have like a good head turning video, good reference for the animation. Uh, bad? Bad? No? Yes. It's because the reference is actually more rotated than what I drew. She has to come and do her mega hit. For the tiny desk. Really feel like you're in a room with people. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. It's good vibes. It's almost like watching a stream. Hmm. Hmm. You should start drawing. Nothing's stopping you, my friend. Nothing's stopping you. Just go get them. Get going. So confused. Your laziness. Just David Goggins it. Just do it. Just Nike it. Eat that frog. I dare you. I dare you to eat this frog. If you eat the frog, you can be part of the Discord. If you start drawing right now, you can be part of the Discord. Eight out of 10 times when you don't feel like doing thing is the right decision. If you start drawing right now, you'll have 10 years of good luck. I mean, sound good, but I don't want to lie to the guy. Oh, I see. It wasn't you, it was the gnome. The gnome told me if you start drawing right now, you get 10 years of good luck. Wait, that's a good gnome. How'd you get a good gnome? My gnome is evil. That's overpowered. Having a good gnome. No wonder why I suck at art. My gnome's bad. Yeah, it's not there. It's not there. And part of it is just like I drew in a different perspective. There's way more of an angle to her than there is to mine. I guess no choice, right? We have to try again. We have to give it another go. Only way. You don't brag about your gnome often. I think you do. I think you do. Because, like, you just did. I guess once isn't often. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had a good art gnome, I'd be bragging about it all the time. But seeing that I have an evil art gnome, it's just not as much fun. All right. What now? Well, we can listen to the Spotify we had queued. Okay. Feels like a better base. Now we just try not to fumble it. Interesting thing happens here. when the and is the angle even drastic enough? Yeah, just barely, but yes. Okay. Interesting thing happens here when the face is turned so far away. At this dramatic an angle, sometimes you'll have landmarks overlapping other landmarks. So it kind of looks like there's a corner of the nose here and a corner of the nose there. And then the eyes are on this perspective line. Which that's wrong. That's wrong as hell, right? But it's because the corner of the nose goes down and overlaps or is overlapped by the lips. So it's a little trickier to observe the right point and perspective. You see the mouth has the same thing to an extent, right? Yeah. Anyway. So I guess in that case, it's easier to observe the perspective from the brows. And in this one, we can use the eyes as well. But those parts of the face that tend to protrude and aren't occluded very much by the other parts of the face. Doja Cat, indeed it is. Quartz Creations. First time chatter. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Doja Cat recently. I like Vi pretty well. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still feeling it out. Think it's pretty nice. Rank her albums. Oh no. Okay, okay. Okay, so let me just look at the track list for Planet Her real quick. Because I haven't listened to that one as much. You got this, Jacob. You're prepared for this. I've been training my whole life. Options, Kiss Me More. No, I do got this. I do got this. So it's shit. It's tricky because Vi is so new. I need to give each a rating to. Oh, you're putting the pressure on. So, okay, here it is. Here it is. I think Vi, to me, with my current like level of having listened to it, is a strong 8 and comes out on top. And this is the case. It comes out on top because I don't skip songs on Vi. Yeah, there's no skips for me. Um, After that, it's uh, it's Scarlet. It's Scarlet. Um, and I'm like, it probably has to be 2. I don't remember. I don't recall what the well, that's the one I listened to. I listened to Scarlet 2. Um, Now Scarlet 2 I think is like a weak 8 to strong 7. The bangers are bangers to me, but there's a lot of skips. Every time I put on Scarlet, I remove like 5 to 6 songs that I'm like, okay, this is not for right now. These are not for right now. These are not the vibe, and then I listen to it. So too many skips to be like, yeah, which probably makes it just like a strong 7. Um, then we hit Hot Pink, which is also a 7. Um, no skips, but less capital B bangers. Then is Planet Her, which is like also a 7. And then we hit finally. Is it self-titled? What's the first one called? It might not even be the first one. It's the first one I know. Yeah, Amala. Um, which honestly I haven't listened to that one enough to really be able to tell you. But my guess would be that that one's a 6. There you go. There you go. That's my tier list. That's my tier list. So Vi 8, Scarlet 2, Claude 7. Oh, you got it. You did it for me. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. But you have to know. You have to know. Scarlet 1 is like I think it goes in the same spot and has the same rating. The difference is Scarlet 2 Claude has like 2 songs that I like a lot, which would be, I mean, okay, well, 2.5. Acknowledge Me is fine. Disrespectful, I think, is a lot of fun. And Okay Loser, I think, is a lot of fun. But Scarlet 2 also has some tracks that are kind of whatever. Um, Essentially, the rest of the deluxe tracks, I'm like, take them or leave them. They're part of the regular skips, right? That's my tier list. I'll stand by it. Um, you need to know as well that like you're dealing with a Doja Cat fan. Like I really enjoy her music a lot. Um, so I'd understand people doing lower ratings. Hot Pink and Planet Her as well could get be switched, or I understand if people switch those. That's just also, I listen to Hot Pink a lot. I listen to, yet less to Planet Her. This looks better than the last drawing. I mean, we're also just drawing in the correct perspective this time. You go Planet Her 7, Hot Pink 6, by week 6. Aaaandd 5, Scarlet 3? Oof. Oof. Planet Her 7, Hot Pink 6, by week 6. Yeah, I mean, definitely some recency bias on Vi as well with me. Well, most likely. We'll see. We'll see. Scarlet 3 is crazy to me. 8 to you is perfect album but lacks something. That's dumb. What? 10 is perfect album. So definitionally, 9 would be perfect album but lacks something. Right? 10 is perfect album. 9 would be perfect album but something's a little off. And then 8 would be like solid album. Nine is perfect but missing a part. Yeah. That's what you just wrote. So 8 is perfect but lame. Dude. What do you mean? That's not perfect at all. And a 3 is perfect but really bad? Four is perfect but quite bad? 5 is perfect but not great? 3 is proper shit. Okay, well then you gotta justify that Scarlet take right now. It's not very good. It's got hella bangers. She overdoes it. Overdoes what? We get she can flow. It lacks follow through. Yeah, I guess I'm being, so I'll give you that. I'm being really kind on a lot of the tracks being skips. I'm being really kind on that just because I like the other tracks so much that I listen to that album a lot. Because the bangers are so good to me. Good songs are stale after a few listens. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. I mean, fair enough. You've got your reasons. Agree to disagree moment, but I respect that you've thought about it. I've heard this song like twice, maybe. Hot Pink is the perfect example of a jam album with minimal mid songs. Yeah. Streets. I skip Streets and Shine typically. But a lot of people like Streets. Streets is the best song. I mean, the people agree with you. It has the most listens. It just doesn't fit with the rest of the album. Like when I'm in the mood to listen to Hot Pink, I'm not in the mood to listen to Streets. Like that is really good, yeah. Trying too hard with Scarlet. Agree to disagree, my guy. Should have been more natural. I don't know what you're saying. Like her appearance? I think it's a really fun album. The vibe you get. But I mean, I also just understand that like if it means a lot to you, which is a fully understandable take, that there's like a lot of skips, then it's not a 7 for sure. It's a bit too I'm edgy now. She's just trying something else. Which makes you laugh. You don't think it's reasonable for artists to have periods of time where they're exploring different aesthetics and vibes? I think that's really nice to see in artists that I admire, that they dare to explore a little bit. You're really hard on the people you like. Huh. I think that's... Don't you think that might be a bad strat? You look at interviews and stuff. Accountability. I mean, I get accountability when an artist or a personality you follow does something like wrong. I'll stop. I'll stop. You didn't vibe with the album. So fair. So fair. All right. Then we said maybe an animation, but I don't have the time to find the reference and do the animation. So we'll just do like one more drawing. We'll just do like one more drawing. Don't take it too seriously. You think we're taking it too seriously? Oh, you're so right. This argument is way too heated. One more reference. Maybe we go even more dramatic with the angle. Interested to see when I listen more to Vi where it ends up. But it feels really solid right now. Feels like the vibe is there all the way through. The vibe. Damn, damn. Yeah, that's 70s, 80s. Disco. Gated reverb on the drums. Dreamy, airy textures. Good amount of bangers. Maybe we should do more tier lists. There's an interesting discourse that started. Or a fun one, maybe, just. Right, and there's a JIT feature on this album. Whoops. Four more minutes. We can just get this one drawing in here. I misread the perspective a little again. She's looking a little bit more towards us. Oh well. Fellas is square like Madison. shrink the mouth a bit. Those were 4 quick minutes. I thought we'd get there. All right. That's my time. I think it could be fun to try and do an animation for next morning stream. I'll see if I can find a reference before then. Oh, I don't know that that's gonna happen. Otherwise, we'll just look for it at the beginning of the stream like we usually do. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta wrap this up. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out for the stream. Had a good time. Had a good time as always. See you in the next one. Until